Hey there, welcome back. Marius here, and today I want to talk about city builder games. In the screen you see that's just an old one of my childhood games. I will not talk about this, but will be three parts in this video. First, what to play now in 2020, 2022, and what games to avoid, and most important, in my opinion, why. The crucial reason why avoid these games. So let's start off with the list. And by the way, yeah, if you know what this game is, just let me now know in the comment section. Maybe it was released in '97, and yes, this is one of my favorite games from my old times back. So let's start with just a simple list. Down in the description will be all the links to each game, so you don't need to worry about finding and typing the names. Just go down there and click on it and it's all good. So everyone knows about Banished. That's one of the games, the fundament, and everyone uses similar style, and a lot of games in the list you will see there will be mentioning like that's a Banished is better, and I'm not so sure, but anyways. So let me swipe through, because this is 2014, so basically we are talking about 8 years old game. I will just swipe through because, as I said, down in the description you can search, and not search but investigate and check out for the games for yourself. Planetbase, really simple, I'd say, in a way, but it's so easy to absolutely fail at this. I would say try it. ASTRONEER, this is a little bit different because you are out in a space. It's not like a city, but you end up with kind of your own city and exploration, everything, and of course traveling in the space. So there will be a little bit out of the city original building games. Just stay with me, okay? So Aven Colony, someone and others, yeah, as you can see the ratings are not so great. I played it through, they're all really similar, to be honest. One of my favorite, of course, is Surviving Mars. There is quite a lot of DLCs and upgrades after the game came out, so totally, absolutely one of my favorites, easy as that. Frostpunk, this is something special, this is something hard, this is it's impossible for me to see a Frostpunk and don't remember Mr. Dart. Mr. Dart, one of great guys, played it a lot, and of course me as well. He enjoyed hell out of it. I was a little bit. It's really harsh. Okay, it's harsh. That's the concept of it in the winter and cold, and people dying, and you need food, and basically it's really pushing you on the edge. The Forest, this is another a little bit, you see the ratings, I don't need to tell anything else. 96, that's amazing rating, to be honest. There's a horror aspect to it, but as you can see from the images, it's quite awesome looking, okay? The trees and the buildings and everything you can do. All of these titles I will mention include some kind of building. So this is again a bit separate from city, particular building, and more of a building games and of also survival aspect. Dawn of Man, I couldn't find. It seems I have deleted, but this was the game I was just randomly checking out and ended up 11 hours of non-stop stream because I was so invested and it was so amazing. So absolutely gorgeous game. If you didn't notice, basically I'm going from the games the oldest to the newest, and there's a lot of titles not included. This is not a whole list, okay? I'm trying to bring up some titles that you haven't heard. That's kind of the goal. So now we are already in quite recent games. This is Endzone, World Apart. I've been on a journey with this Endzone since it was early access, or whatever they use, early access or unreleased or whatever version, but demo, test, whatnot. They use different terminology, but the idea, it was not out yet. Now when it's finalized, yeah, I kind of invested a lot of time in it, so again, kind of cool to see. And the last one, actually, I was quite surprised because it's now out, 2 weeks out already. Airborne Kingdom. This is special city builder where basically you have flying city, so you need to balance it out, and it involves and gives you extra some things to think about. But it's all nice and cool, and you might be thinking why I'm not mentioning Skyline or what other. There's a lot of city building games. Tropical 6, one of my top channel games as well. I just browsed. Well, I took from my desktop what I have currently installed, and now the second part. I will address one important thing, and we need to talk about Tyme. Yes, Tyme is important. Of course, not that kind of time, but the time that is, this time. The problem with the games, now the second list, let me bring it up to you, and let me just scroll through and you will see common thing with Raft. These are the games I would say avoid playing. Bear with me. Raft, Foundation, Satisfactory, Grounded. Basically all of these games you've already probably seen from my channel or some other channels. Kingdoms Reborn, I recently picked it up. Dyson Sphere, another space type of the game. Valheim, truly amazing. Going medieval, this is something newer also. And Timberborn, one of my top videos. Settlement Survival, this is also something. I think this game was in the reviews, I saw someone writing like, no, just go play Banished. And this InfraSpace, this just recently, as you can see, we are talking about end of the last year. And ICARUS, I am putting ICARUS on this list as well. And yes, you guessed it correctly. Every single one of them are currently in early access. And that drives me nuts. And ICARUS, yes, ICARUS is not an early access, it's released. But if you have followed my channel or game itself or their Discord, they are literally making up finally the game. 2 weeks ago, they finally fixed and gave proper talents. Then, but fixed and gave proper farming, and now released more food, because otherwise every single animal on the planet basically dropped one type of food and one rare. Now it's and let me bring up one more time so we can talk about Tyme, because the time the game is in early access is the time when people lose interest. In most of the time, one of exact best examples is Valheim. Valheim is, and I want all of them. I can't stress it enough. All the games you saw in this second list, no play list, I've played out of these games. I love every single one of them. Raft is amazing. Not finished. Foundation with a totally different style of city building where you just draw an area and they build houses themselves. Amazing. Not finished. Satisfactory. Oh my god, so many hundreds of hours and exploration and building, and they added so many more things. Not finished. Grounded. Super, your little tiny in a backyard shrunk small person, okay? Not finished. And Kingdoms Reborn, it's I see so huge potential. They added recent updates the new what it's called, not civilization, but yeah, the different types. You're playing two different kinds of play styles, let's say. And then Dyson Sphere, this is just amazing. Not finished. Valheim, not finished. And the thing is, the time when they release the game and then just it's not there, and the release is all these games you see currently. The Going Medieval is also some crazy with a lot of things involved, but early access, Timberborn, I picked it up right away. You see, they are just even including update. And the thing is, the time that they could be, I understand from business perspective, when you release the game, the money starts flowing, okay? So they can stay above the water, okay? I understand, kind of. But the same Valheim, I just slipped my mind. When it was just not even announced, just silently released, and every single gaming channel went crazy, and gamers, and you can see the stats, it was just crazy. Like, it was about month, everyone talked about Valheim. It was just Valheim, 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 the building, everything amazing. But at the point when everyone reached the end result, the final stage where, okay, nothing much, okay, no more biomes, no more bosses, oh, that's basically, there was, I think at the end there was a developer note saying thank you for playing, thank you for supporting, we will continue adding things. And at that point you're like, I am kinda invested and played through. It's not finally played through, so because you don't see the final, none of these games kind of offer you the final, right? The same Timberborn. There are scenarios and things, and they add new beaver types and buildings and everything. So you can't possibly play it fully to full extent. You just play what we have. That's basically the idea of early access. The thing is, in that time, I don't know. Well, I know it's not only me, but you basically burn out. You use all your excitement and everything for unfinished, unpolished, not fully done game. And the thing is, when it's released, for example, I'm looking at you, Grounded. I played so many iterations of you, and you changed so much. But when you will finally be released, I see literally no reason to go back, because there will be some different new things added, and that's it. And I'm already sad. This is why I'm making this video, so you guys, I don't know. Of course, if you're super excited, go support your favorite developers or games, and that's totally understandable. But understand this, in this time when the game is still being worked on, it will be this burnout effect, especially when in the game development they change something so fundamentally, it's not that kind of a game anymore. It feels really bad. So I know you came in this video saying, okay, now this guy will give us a huge list to play, and I basically came up with a list not to play, but I'm just really stressed out at the moment because every single one of them, and the last one, this InfraSpace, I recently just wasn't aware about such game. I played it out fully, to full extent, fully leveled up, fully upgraded, fully everything. Of course, we're not talking about achievement hunting and all that, that's extra level, but at this moment I'm like, okay, cool. It would be a nice game at some point when it will be done, but at the moment I'm done with the game. So anyways, still there are some I'm encouraging you to go and check the games that are out there, that are finalized, and that doesn't mean they stop developing. For example, I will show you the same. You see these crazy guys, they just kept adding. Of course, there are separate DLCs. It's not always in every type of the game. Sometimes they just release new stuff without asking for money, best case scenario. But what I'm trying to say, this game once finished, and it's now there you can find the satisfaction from playing to A to Z, full experience and done. With that other list, yeah, not so much. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This was more of my frustration with my issue with half-baked, half-burned out games for me. I have nothing to play and I have everything to play, and it just drives me nuts. If you have maybe, I don't know, you want to see one of these games more, or you are interested, if you can't guess what this game is, I actually should be able to find this beauty, and maybe play this out. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll meet in other videos. I hope you learned and saw something new, at least from city builder perspective. Cheers.